I'm Lakshmi Chaudhry, founder and editor of Splainer.in, and this is our jargon-free daily news wrap called What the Happened Here. We give you the most important news of the day in about 5 minutes. From dangerous masalas to killer facials, here's what you missed humming the theme song for Ghostbusters. We start today's edition with bad news about something all Indians have in our kitchen, masalas. Last week, Hong Kong recalled 3 powders from MDH, Madras curry, sambar masala and curry mixed masala, and 1 from Everest, curry masala. Soon after, Singapore banned Everest fish curry masala. Then over the weekend, a Deccan Herald report found that the European Union has rejected 527 products linked to India. These are mostly nuts and sesame seeds, as in till. Even Spanish hummus brands that used Indian sesame seeds were recalled. So not just masalas then. All of them were rejected or recalled for the same reason. They contain something called ethylene oxide. What is that, you ask? A really nasty gas that is used primarily as a pesticide or to sterilize medical equipment. It helps kill all icky microbials like bacteria, fungus, mold, yeast, etc. And then it kills them by damaging the DNA in their cell. Eeks! So you can imagine what it does to human beings. It causes cancer, most often lymphoma and leukemia. So not stuff you want in your masalas. That's why companies are supposed to fully fumigate any food product that's been treated with ethylene oxide. If they don't, you end up with residue, which then gets you banned by the EU. Now, MDA strenuously denies using ethylene oxide, and of course they would. It's illegal in India to use it to treat food products. The government agencies, which are the Spice Board of India and the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, are playing dumb. They've launched an investigation into MDH in Everest and claim checking exports isn't their job. That's all on the country that's buying the products. Hey, want chana masala and Hamburg, but not cancer? Check that packet yourself. And that's exactly what foreign regulatory bodies are doing. But what about Bichara Indians stuck in India? Who's going to save us? The FSSSAI? We think not. By the way, we did a big story on masalas over at Splainer.in with lots more details. If you want to read it, use the link in the description to grab yourself a free subscription. Don't worry, no payment info required. Israeli sources told the New York Times that the International Criminal Court is getting ready to issue arrest warrants for senior Israeli officials and members of Hamas. They will be charged with human rights violations. Among those to be named, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Whoa, right? Not that Bibi is going to jail, but it's still a symbolic slap in the face. It puts him in the same company as Vladimir Putin, who often has to skip conferences in places like South Africa, which is obliged to arrest him as a member of the ICC. Needless to say that when it comes to Bibi, Washington does not approve. In other Gaza news, Palestinian health authorities say they can no longer count all their dead. The hospitals are overwhelmed, so keeping count is hard, and no one has the resources to extract bodies from the great number of collapsed buildings in the middle of a war. So from here on out, we're going to start adding ish to any death count in Gaza. Oh, it's about 40,000-ish, for example. 3 women were diagnosed with HIV after getting vampire facials at an unlicensed clinic in New Mexico. It is the first documented case of someone being infected due to a cosmetic procedure. In this case, the culprit was reused disposable syringes. So why does this matter? Because a lot of what they call non-invasive cosmetic surgery relies on needles. Botox, for example. In this case, they had a vampire facial, which involves injecting your own blood plasma into your face using microneedles. Yes, most beauty procedures are legalized form of self-harm. We usually leave you with something to see. This one will make you want to taste and smell as well. Mumbai is now home to a very fancy restaurant called Avatara. It serves Shuddha vegetarian Indian food, which doesn't sound very interesting, but here's why it's special. It's the only Shuddha vegetarian Indian restaurant to earn a Michelin star. It's owned by Passion F&B in Dubai, where it was first launched. It makes it even more surprising that it serves an entirely meatless 14-course degustation menu. Even more shocking, there isn't a bit of paneer in sight, or onion, or garlic. Yes, this is what they serve in Jain heaven. Though some of the names are 100% Baba Ramdev, like Panchamrit, which is a combination of honey, vanilla, almond milk, rosewater, and orange zest. FYI, each course has a highfalutin Sanskrit name like Shubhanjana, Naivedya, Alpahara, and Vrihi. But hey, you don't need to know the language to appreciate the khana. Just pretend you're in one of those fancy Ayurvedic spas. That's it for now. If you want more news with a dollop of fun, you can sign up for a free 30-day subscription using the link in the description below. That's a month-long pass worth 300 rupees, which will totally change how you get the news. I'll be back with the next edition of What the Happened Here every weekday evening. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss it. I'll see you tomorrow.